Hello everyone, this is Al, Red Sox fan, coming to you from Al, Red Sox fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. We're going to bring you some Pro Strategy Football 2026. What if Super Bowl 15, Chargers versus the Cowboys? Welcome to the What If Super Bowl 15 between two teams that failed, not felled, that fell a game short and a bridge too far, as they failed to achieve victory in their conference's title game. The 1980 San Diego Chargers clash with 1980 Dallas Cowboys. Kickoff is next. Dan Fouts, Danny White. Who shall be the Redeemer? So Danny White, for the Cowboys, in case you didn't know, but most of you probably will, led Dallas to 3 consecutive NFC championship games: 1980, 1981, 1982. They failed to achieve victory in all 3 games. Lost to the Eagles, 49ers, and Redskins. So we're going to have a little fun with this. Dan Fouts, Danny White, Don Coryell, Tom Landry, up next on the channel here in What If World, Louisiana Superdome. Jim L., hope all is well. He is first to the press booth. Good to see you, my friend. All right, let's analyze the game quickly. Run the sim to get our point spread, along with the over-under. Sim it 1,000 times. Over-under 45. San Diego 2-point favorites over the Cowboys. It's a toss-up, it looks like. Let's scout these teams. Let's first start with the designated visiting team, San Diego Chargers. Coaching, Don Coryell. Air Coryell, they favor the pass. Like to play a 4-3. Again, this is PC versus PC. AI versus AI. I'll just call the game. For Dallas, well, the man with the fedora, Tom Landry. More of a run-oriented attack. On the offense, Dan Fouts is a starting quarterback. Starting running backs, Chuck Muncie, John Cappelletti. Tight end, the well-known Kellen Winslow. Your wideouts are Charlie Joyner, Johnny Jefferson. Offensive line, Shields, Wilkerson, Masick, White, Audick. For the Dallas Cowboys, Danny White is the starting quarterback. Tony Dorsett, Robert Newhouse, your running backs. Billy Joe Dupree, the starting tight end. Jay Saldy's not bad off either. Your wideouts, very good. Drew Pearson, Tony Hill. You might see a little bit of Butch Johnson in there, and Preston Pearson. Offensive line, Donovan and Scott are the 2 best linemen. Then it falls off a bit. Fitzgerald, Rafferty, and Cooper. Defense for the San Diego Chargers: Jones, Kelcher, Johnson, Fred Dean. You're down 4. Your 3 linebackers, Preston, Lowe, and Horn. The cornerbacks, Buchanan, Williams. The safeties, Edwards and Shaw. For the Dallas Cowboys, down 4, an aging Doomsday defense, Ed Too Tall Jones, Larry Cole, Randy White, Harvey Martin. Linebackers, Hegman, Lewis, Brunig. Defensive backs, Your cornerbacks are Wilson and Mitchell. Your safeties are Thurman and Waters. Special teams for the San Diego Chargers. Ralph Bernershka is the kicker. Rick Partridge, the punter. For Dallas, Rafael Septien, the kicker. Danny White, the starting quarterback, is also the starting punter. Cleve Baseball Fan 879 has joined us in the press booth here at the Superdome for our What If Super Bowl 15. Please check out and subscribe to Cleve Baseball Fan 879. Wonderful card and dice Stratomatic channel. All right, again, it's going to be computer versus computer, AI versus AI. I'll just call the football game. We had an excellent game. Our previous Pro Strategy Football 2026 version between the 2007 Patriots and the 1984 49ers, Brady versus Montana. If you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it. You can check it out. It's on the channel. As they say in Pro Strategy Football, which is available to be purchased on Steam, let's do this. Watch live. And go. So San Diego will be kicking off to Dallas here at the Superdome. Bernershka to kick off. Dallas setting up for the return. From the end zone comes Jones. 10, 15 to the outside. 20, 25 zigzag. 30. Good return by Jones. Dallas will have it 1st and 10 at their 30. Joining us here at the press booth, David N.S. Rail fan. Evening, Al. Hope you're doing well. The same to you, David. So Danny White under center. 2 tight end set. Dupree and Saldi. Dorsett the setback. Jones and Hill the wideouts. 1st and 10 for Dallas to start off Super Bowl 15. Motion for Dallas. White, play action, throws middle. He tried to hit Dorsett out of the backfield, incomplete. 2nd and 10 for the Cowboys. Two setbacks now, Dorsett, Newhouse. Hill and Pearson, the wideouts. Dupree, the tight end. 2nd and 10. Motion out of the backfield. White to throw under duress. White scrambles. He's going to run. A good scramble by Danny White. Close to the 1st down. Pickup of 9 before he is brought down by the Chargers defense. 3rd and 1. 2 tight end set. 2 backs. Dorsett, Newhouse. Tony Hill, the lone setback. Chargers have everyone up on the line. Big 3rd and 1. White play action. Throw to Jake Sully. A short hook. Hit by Bob Horn. 1st down, gain of 5. Cowboys move the chains. They go back to the 2 tight end set I formation. Newhouse the up back, Jones behind him. 3 down linemen for the Chargers. 1st and 10. Quick hitter to Tony Hill on the slant. Incomplete. Well read by Willie Buchanan. 2nd and 10 now for Dallas. White brings them to the line of scrimmage. 2 tight end set, 2 backs. The single wide out, Tony Hill. Ball at the Dallas 44. Newhouse to his right off tackle. Picks up 3 yards. Tackled by Bobby Horn. Flag on the play.
Holding. Defense.
Holding on the defense. Dallas accepts 1st and 10. The ball will be placed at the Cowboy 49. Dallas sticks with the 2 tight end set. Single back is Dorsett. Hill and Butch Johnson, the wideouts. 1st and 10. Motion by Butch Johnson. Opposite motion goes Dorsett. Dorsett gets the outside, crosses the 40, 35. Tripped up just before the Charger 30-yard line. Tony Dorsett on the counter right. Pops for 20 yards before he's dragged down by the chasing Willie Buchanan. Cowboys, excellent opening drive. 1st and 10 for Dallas at the San Diego 31. White will take the snap. He calls for motion. White hands it to Dorsett. Dorsett to his right, picks up some blocks, cuts back to the middle. Brought down after a gain of 8 by Pete Shaw. 2nd and 2 for the Cowboys. Cowboys sticking with that 2 tight end set, 2 wideouts, a lone setback. Number 33, Tony Dorsett, Heisman Trophy winner out of Pitt. We have a 2nd and 2 for Dallas at the San Diego 23. White, Dorsett to his right, brought down. That is a yard loss. Leroy Jones has finally had enough of this Dallas attack, bringing down TD Tony Dorsett in the backfield. 3rd and 3 for the Cowboys. Ball is placed at the San Diego 24. Scipien warms his leg on the Cowboys sidelines. As I take a sip of Gatorade. Joining us in the press booth, Philip Reynolds, hope all is well, and Dr. David Little. Please check out and subscribe to that channel. A big 3rd and 3 for Dallas. Cowboys stick with Dupree and Saldi at tight ends. Johnson and Hill, the wideouts. Jones, the setback. 3rd and 3. Chargers all up, looking for the run. White will take the snap. Jones to his right. Brought down at the line of scrimmage. No gain. The Chargers win the day. 4th and 3. What will the Cowboys do here with about 11 to play in the first quarter of our What If Super Bowl 15? We have an injury. San Diego left outside linebacker Ray Preston has a concussion. He will not be back today. Not even the Snickers bar will save him, because ring my bell, ring my bell. Marquand, 1976, has joined us. Is Danny White the quarterback and punter? Yes, he is. David, NS Railfan. And I believe, David, if I remember correctly, if you're the same person, you have a channel and it's trains, correct? If I'm wrong, I apologize. David says, wonder if the mods I have for the old version will work with the new version. They have the new mods already. You mean like the animation and stuff? The seasons? You want to get the new versions because the ones, I'll show you something quite quickly if you have not noticed. Jim Lasovic is coming in at left outside linebacker for the Chargers. You watch live train cams. I knew it was something. So you can see right here, that is Carano, and you see his number 18. That's his real number. The new mods that are downloaded have the real numbers for the players on their uniforms. No longer is it one number for all the players. This will be a 41-yard attempt on 4th and 3 to try to give the Cowboys a 3-0 lead. Carano to hold. The kick by Raphael Septien. It is no good. Wide left. Raphael Septien goes wide left on the 41-yard attempt. A promising drive comes away with nothing for the Dallas Cowboys, as Tom Landry, wearing a beautiful fedora, just shakes his head in disgust at his kicker on the Dallas sidelines. Mike, the LA Dons fan, how are you doing? Hope all is well. A field goal missed by the Cowboys. A lead slipped through their fingertips. San Diego will take over. 1st and 10 for the Chargers at the San Diego 24. Dave Little says, another Al kicking fail. Yes, but at least I'm not coaching either one of these teams. I am just calling it. We'll have something special, hopefully, if I can figure it out. I bought a super toe. If you guys remember that, you smack his head and he kicks field goals. I was 1 for 15 when I practiced. That was a Super Jock series. I bought one on eBay. Myself and the Mongoose, Wyatt James, were having fun with that last week. Here we go. Dan Fouts under center. 2 tight end set. McCrary and Winslow. Smith and Jefferson, the wideouts. Chuck Muncie, the lone setback on 1st and 10. 3 down linemen. 2 deep zone for the Cowboys. 1st and 10. Fouts to throw. Fouts scrambles. He's got the first down. He fumbled. Who has the ball? Fouts comes back up with it. Holy cow. Dan Fouts coughs up the pigskin. Here's the replay here in slow motion. Fouts, I believe, out of Oregon. And I'll check that in a moment. Has a hell of a scramble. Now, sometimes the animation brings it to the wrong top in the replay, to the wrong position, but result is the same. 1st and 10 for the Chargers. Boy, was that scary if you're a San Diego fan. That is correct, Dave Little. Super toe. 1st and 10 now for the Chargers at their 35. Capoletti, the up back. Muncie behind him. 2 tight end set. Johnny Jefferson, the lone wideout. Again, Dallas playing a 3-4 here. Pitch to Chuck Muncie. He gets the outside, driven out of bounds. On the pitch left. 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7 for Chuck Muncie. Muncie was acquired from the Saints. Fouts brings the offense to the line of scrimmage at the San Diego 38. Joyner and Jefferson, the wideouts. 2nd and 7. Fouts pitches to Capoletti. Capoletti to his right, struggles for 1. Brought down in the arms of Ed Too Tall Jones, Johnny Capoletti. Heisman Trophy winner out of Penn State. Dallas really fearful of the pass. They played a 3-deep zone on that one. So we have a 3rd and 6 from the San Diego 39. Williams and Muncie are your backs now. Winslow, the tight end. Jefferson to the top of the screen. Joyner to the bottom. 3rd and 6. Can Fouts and the Chargers convert here? Looks like the Cowboys playing zone again. Motion, Johnny Jefferson. That is a false start.
False start. Offense.
From 3rd and 6, 5 yards back, it becomes a 3rd and 11 for Fouts and the Chargers. Chargers mix it up now. Capoletti goes off the field. Smith comes on the field. He's the slot receiver, the lone setback, Chuck Muncie. 3rd and 11 from the San Diego 34. Fouts looks over the middle. Incomplete to Johnny Jefferson. Well covered by Benny Barnes. 4th and 11. The Chargers will punt. Partridge to punt from about his 18. There's a flag on the play. Fielded around the 25 with a fair catch. James Jones. What's the penalty?
Offsides. Defense.
Offsides on the Cowboys. Chargers accept. It's now 4th and 6 from the San Diego 39. So Partridge will punt once again. And now it's going to be a flag on the Chargers. Can we not execute a punt? These teams are very nervous. Fielded by Solomon, 25, and brought down around the 27. Roland Solomon. I believe the Cowboys will decline this.
Illegal procedure. Offense.
Procedure on the Chargers. Cowboys decline. Dallas takes over 1st and 10 at their 27. 8:10 left in the first quarter. Both teams have had a possession. Dallas missed a field goal. The Chargers, as you just witnessed, punted. White under center. Johnson and Hill are the wideouts. 2 tight end set. Saldi Dupree. Dorsett the setback. 1st and 10 for Dallas at their 27. Play action fake. White hits Dorsett out of the backfield. He is quickly brought down by the replacement linebacker, Jim Lasovic. Gain of 3. 2nd and 7 for Dallas at their 30. Chargers look like they're doubling Tony Hill on this 2nd and 7. Pitch to Dorsett to his left. Dorsett picks up 4 tough yards, brought down by Pete Shaw. 3rd and 3 for the Cowboys. Ball spotted at their 34. 2 backs in the backfield, Newhouse and Dorsett. Pearson and Hill, the wideouts. Billy Joe Dupree, who does not jump off the Tallahatchie Bridge, at tight end. A big 3rd and 3 for the Cowboys. White to Pearson. quick out route. Gain of 5 out of bounds. Cowboys move the chains. 1st and 10 for Dallas at their 39. 2 tight end set. Jones and Newhouse are your backs. White looking under duress. He scrambles right up the gut. Takes a big hit from Cliff Thrift and several other Chargers, but holds on to the pigskin. Gain of 2. 2nd and 8 for White and the Cowboys. Shotgun. First time we've seen Danny in shotgun. Dorsett flanked to his left. Johnson and Hill, the wideouts. Dupree, the tight end, to the right. Shotgun snap. It's a sweep to Dorsett to the right. Brought down behind the line of scrimmage by big Louis Kelcher. Flag on the play. That's a loss of 1, but let's wait to see the penalty.
Illegal use of hands. Offense.
San Diego accepts. Cowboys 2nd and 18 from their 31. 2nd 18. What will White do here? Back in the pocket. Throwing to the sidelines. Complete to Preston Pearson. 40, 35, and brought down. They'll move the ball back a yard. They'll place it at the 36. 2nd 18. White hooks up with Drew Pearson for 33. Move the chains. Cowboys fans are loving it here at the Superdome. That is worth a slow motion replay. Look at Danny White go through his progressions. Pumps, then goes back the other way to Drew Pearson. Pearson made a nice cut to the inside to fool the defender, then back out. Danny White put that pigskin right into his hands for 33 yards before he is brought down. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys, under 5 to play in the first quarter. 2 tight end set, I formation. Newhouse, the up back, Dorsett behind him. White gives it to the fullback, Newhouse. Newhouse to his left, Burrows for 4. 2nd and 6. Butch Johnson comes in this 2 tight end set now. So he's the 2nd receiver with Hill. Dorsett stays in as the lone setback. Ball at the San Diego 32, 2nd and 6. White back to pass, pressure blindside, throws deep to the sidelines, incomplete to Tony Hill. Off his fingertips. 3rd down now for the Cowboys. 3rd and 6. White brings the offense to the line of scrimmage. Chargers look like they're playing a 2-deep zone on 3rd and 6. Oh, no! False start on Dallas. Tom Landry can't believe it. That's going to back up.
False start. Offense.
So from 3rd and 6, it's now 3rd and 11 at the Charger 37. White in shotgun. Jones a setback. Motion for the Cowboys. White throwing over the middle. Incomplete pass intended for Butch Johnson, broken up by Mike Fuller. 4th and 11. White to punt. Try to pin the Chargers back. That looks like a good punt. Yes, inside the 5 for Danny White. 33-yard punt. Fouts, along with the Chargers offense, will be in the shadow of the end zone. 1st and 10 for San Diego at their 4, 3:57 left in a scoreless first quarter of What If Super Bowl 15. The 1980 Chargers failed against the Raiders in the AFC Championship game. The 1980 Cowboys failed against the Eagles in the NFC Championship game. But a chance for redemption using Pro Strategy Football 2026. It's the What If Super Bowl, baby. Here we go. Fouts under center, Winslow's the tight end, Jefferson and Joyner the wideouts, Cappelletti and Muncie the backs. Fouts, it's a sweep to Muncie to the right. Muncie gains a block. Burrows with a nice straight arm for 8 yards. 2nd and 2 for Muncie and the Chargers. Muncie goes off the field. Mike Thomas the setback now. 2 tight ends, 2 wideouts. 2nd and 2 ball at the San Diego 12. Cowboys playing for the run. Counter to Thompson. Thompson brought down in the backfield. Loss of 1. Tremendous penetration by an aging Doomsday defense. That will bring up 3rd and 3 for the Chargers. Under 3 to play in this first quarter. Cappelletti and Muncie are back in the game, along with the 2nd tight end McCrary. The lone wideout, Johnny Jefferson, the man with the goggles. I formation. 3rd and 3. Motion, Johnny Jefferson. It's a blitz. Muncy up the middle. He's close. Did he get it? Yes. Charlie Waters screaming about the spot. He made the tackle. The chains will move, though. Chargers 1st and 10 at their 14. Williams and Muncy are the backs in the I formation now. Ball at the Charger 14. Motion out of the backfield. It's a delayed handoff to Chuck Muncy to his left. He struggles for 2. D.D. Lewis brings him down. That is not the proper photo of D.D. Lewis. 2nd and 8. About a minute to play in the first quarter. We're scoreless here at the Louisiana Superdome. Super Bowl 15, what if? Capoletti and Thomas are the I formation backs. 2nd and 8. Flag on the Chargers.
False start. Offense.
Don Coryell looking as intense as ever. Coryell looking like a turkey vulture. It's now 2nd and 13. Hand off to Mike Thomas. Thomas up the middle. Conservative play call there. Picks up 5. Makes it a much more manageable 3rd and 8 for the Chargers. This might be the final play of the first quarter. Muncy the setback. Jefferson, Smith, and Joyner the wideout. Smith the slot receiver. The tight end is Winslow. Outs back to pass. Over the middle to Johnny Jefferson. He's hit immediately by the linebacker, Randy White. Will pop from defensive end to linebacker. Gain of 6, 2 yards too short. The Chargers and Partridge to punt. But before they can punt the pigskin back to the Cowboys, the first quarter of our What If Super Bowl 15 has come to a scoreless conclusion. They switch sides. Partridge will punt on 4th and 2. Cowboys should have decent field position. That's a good punt. As Partridge angles it out of bounds. Not as good as I thought, though. 36 yards out of bounds. Cowboys and Danny White take over 1st and 10 at their 42. They have to take advantage of this field position. Cowboys had the only scoring opportunity in the first quarter, but Septien missed the field goal wide left. 1st and 10 for Dallas. Motion for the Cowboys. White looking under duress, throws as he's hit over the middle, intercepted. He tried to get it to Billy Joe Dupree, but it is picked off by Pete Shaw. A lot of pressure brought upon Danny White. Here's the replay in slow motion. The Chargers got the pressure there. There it is. There's the pressure. White hit as he throws. Picked off. Pass intended for Billy Joe Dupree. He might not have jumped off the Tallahassee Bridge, but that pass sure did. Chargers get the first turnover. Let's see what Fouts and the offense can do here. Ball is at the San Diego 40. Joining us here in the press booth, a.k.a. the chat, the Pesky Pole, as he says, hello, Uncle Al. Hello, Pesky Pole. Please check out and subscribe to that wonderful channel. So 1st and 10 for the Chargers. Joyner and Jefferson are the wideouts. Kellen Winslow, the tight end. Capoletti and Muncy, the backs. It's a split backfield. Motion for the Chargers. A handoff to Johnny Capoletti. Holds onto that football, but is pounded down. Only a yard gain for the Heisman Trophy winner out of Penn State. 2nd and 9. Thompson comes in. Williams comes in. Capoletti and Muncy go off. 2nd and 9 on the 41. Fouts calls for the Mike Thomas sweep to the right. Mike Thomas crosses midfield. He's hit. He's fumbled. Dallas Cowboys get the turnover. It's 1-1 in the turnover department. Thomas made a hell of a run, but then tried to struggle for more yards. He was nailed by Charlie Waters. The Cowboys come away with the pigskin near the sidelines. Here's the replay in slow motion. Excellent blocking on that sweep. You can see those guards pull. Fullback with a good block. Wide receiver with a good block. And then the struggle for more yards. The ball comes loose. The Cowboys recover it. Cutter Historical reminds us that Mike Greenwell, the former Red Sox, has passed away from cancer, and he's doing a tribute game. So check that out on his channel when it loads up. I don't know if it's already loaded up, but check it out, please, and subscribe to Cutter Historical's channel. As Pesky Pole had some stone cold hockey on his channel that Cutter Historical just checked out. That's a fun game, so check it out on Pesky Pole's channel. And remember to subscribe to the many wonderful content creators in our community. Dallas gets the fumble after the White pick, so it's a mulligan in sense. Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their 47. 3 wide out set. Hill and Pearson to the outs. Butch Johnson in the slot. Tight end Dupree. Dorsett the setback. 1st and 10 for Dallas. White will take the snap. Play action fake. Quick out to Drew Pearson. Racing down the sidelines. 35 and brought down. A quick hitter, then a quick move. Drew Pearson on the short pass goes for 22 before he's brought down by Leroy Jones. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys with 13:18 left in a scoreless first half of the What If Super Bowl 15 between the Chargers and Cowboys. 2 tight end set. Saldi and Dupree. Hill, Johnson the wideouts. Dorsett the setback. 1st and 10 from the Charger 31. Pitch left to Dorsett, not much at all. Struggles for a yard. 2nd and 9 for the Cowboys at the Charger 30. Johnson goes off the field. Newhouse comes on the field. Dorsett, White back to pass. Lots of time. Tries a hit. Tony Dorsett out of the backfield. Woodrow low on the coverage, but was he there too soon? Was there pass interference?
Holding. Defense.
Holding on the Chargers. That will give Dallas a 1st and 10 at the San Diego 25. 2 tight end set, 2 backs, a lone wideout is Hill. Chargers counter with a 2 deep zone. 1st and 10. White play action fake. Lots of time over the middle. Billy Joe Dupree incomplete. The zone swallowed that up. 2nd and 10 now for Dallas. 12:26 left in a scoreless first half. Dorsett and Newhouse are your splitbacks. 2nd down and 10. It's a give to Dorsett. Brought down in the backfield. He couldn't turn the corner. Big Louis Kelcher swallowed up the Pittsburgh Heisman Trophy winner, 1976, for a yard loss. 3rd and 11. Septien banging the ball into the net, hoping for a chance at redemption. He's 0 for 1 in the field goal department. Saldi and Butch Johnson on the field. Saldi, the 2nd tight end. Johnson, the 2nd receiver. White in shotgun. Dorsett to the left of him. Here's a shotgun snap to Danny White. Quick toss to Butch Johnson. He gets popped by Glenn Edwards, holds on to the catch. Gain of 6, but that makes it a 4th and 5. We're going to see Rafael Septien most likely for his 2nd field goal attempt. Glenn Carano to hold. Septien, 37-yard attempt here. He missed his first. He's 0 for 1. Septien puts it up. Flag on the play. It is good. What's the penalty?
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
They run into Rafael Septien. Dallas will decline. They will not take the points off the board. Landry says, give me the 3. The Cowboys, after the turnover, the fumble by Thomas. 6 plays, 33 yards, leading to the field goal of 37 yards by Rafael Septien. Cowboys take the lead with 11 minutes to play in the first half of the What If Super Bowl 15. Dallas 3, the Chargers nothing. Septien to kick off. Chargers hoping for a big return. Fielded a few yards deep in the end zone. Chuck Muncie. Muncie 10, 15, 20. Gets the outside. 30. Brought down as he crosses the 30. They'll spot it at the 31. San Diego 1st and 10 at their 31. 2 tight end set. McCrary and Winslow. Capoletti and Muncie are your backs. Johnny Jefferson is the wideout. Fouts has not gone downfield yet in the passing game. It's a pitch to Muncy. Muncy to his left. An aging Doomsday defense strings that out. Harvey Martin and company limit Muncy to 1 yard. 2nd and 9 for the Chargers. At their 32. Fouts to throw. He has time. Going to the middle. Kellen Winslow with the catch. Boy, did he take a big pop from Steve A. Wilson. But it's a gain of 14. Chargers move the chains. First time we have called the name of Kellen Winslow. Dr. David Little, a.k.a. Uncle David Little, says Stone Cold Hockey is on my table as we speak. That is so awesome. Under 10 to play in the first half. 3-0 Dallas. Chargers have the ball at their 46. It's 1st and 10. Thomas, the lone setback. He's the man who fumbled, and that fumble set up the Cowboys field goal. Smith and Jefferson, the wideouts. 2 tight ends, McCrary and Winslow. 1st and 10. Fouts. Thomas up the middle. Ball security, 2 yards. 2nd and 8. Thomas goes off the field. Muncy comes on. They stick with a 2 tight end, 2 wideout set. 2nd and 8 for the Chargers. Fouts. Short drop. Quick hitter to Jefferson. He bobbles and drops the ball. He heard footsteps. Johnny Jefferson claps his hands in disgust. 3rd and 8 now for the Chargers. I formation. Capoletti the up back. Muncy behind him. Joyner and Winslow the wideouts. Joyner and Jefferson the wideouts. Winslow, of course, the tight end. 3rd and 8. Motion for the Chargers. It's a handoff to Capoletti. That was a putrid call. The middle was plugged up. He tried to bounce right. Bob Bruning brings him down. Gain of 1 for Johnny Capoletti. Chargers the punt. 8 minutes to play in the first half. 3-0 Dallas. Dallas coming after the punt. They don't get there. Chargers racing downfield to cover the punt. There, catch by Jones. Hell of a high punt of 42 yards. James Jones. He just waved his hand in the air. Dallas 1st and 10 from their 9. White under center. Newhouse and Dorsett are your split setbacks. Pearson and Hill, the wideouts. Billy Joe Dupree, the tight end. White barks out the signals. Motion for the Cowboys. Opposite motion. Dorsett tries to sweep to the right. Struggles, brought down by Woodrow Lowe. Gain of 1. Dallas now 2nd and 9 from their 10. Newhouse and Dorsett go off the field. Jones the setback. 2 tight ends, 2 wideouts for Dallas. White under center. Everyone up in the box for the Chargers. They're looking run. White might exploit them here. Nope, he gives it to Jones. Jones again brought down for no gain. Try to bang the middle. Middle was clogged up. Bounced to his right. Nothing doing. Big 3rd and 9 now. White in shotgun. Dorsett flanks him to the left. Johnson and Hill, the wideouts. Saldi, Dupree, the tight ends. Here's the shotgun snap. White under duress. Scrambles. He is sacked. Fred Dean brings the knowledge to Danny White. Sack, loss of 5. Here's a slow motion replay. Chargers defense playing quite stout here. White has no place to go. Didn't want to force it. He takes the sack begrudgingly. White will now punt from his end zone. Chargers come after it. That's a low punt. Fielded on the Dallas side by Fuller. It's going to be excellent field position for the San Diego Chargers. Defense and special teams there have rattled Danny White. A low line drive 38-yard punt. He had to get rid of the punt quickly. Punting from the end zone. The Chargers are coming after it. 9-yard return by Mikey Fuller. Fouts and the San Diego offense 1st and 10, trailing 3-0. Ball placed at the Cowboy 34. 2 tight end set, 2 wideouts. Thomas the lone setback. Dallas playing the run. Play action fake. McCrary, the 2nd tight end, incomplete. Broken up by Aaron Mitchell. 2nd and 10. When will the Chargers open up this offense? Muncy comes in. Thomas goes out. 2nd and 10. Muncy up the middle. He is squished. The aging Doomsday defense turning back the hands of time. Randy White in there. Loss of 1. 3rd and 11. This will be a huge squander for San Diego. They're going 4 wide. Floyd and Jefferson to the top. Smith and Joyner to the bottom. Chuck Muncy, a dangerous receiver, out of the backfield. Fouts under center. Here we go. 3rd and 11. It's a blitz. Throw to the middle. Caught by Joyner. He's immediately hit by Mitchell. Gain of 6. 4th and 5. I believe we will see Ralph Bernershka to attempt to tie Super Bowl 15. Here's Bernershka. 46-yard attempt. The snap. Replaced by Ed Luther. They rough the kicker. He's going to miss. He's going to miss. But I believe they roughed the kicker. That's going to be a 1st down. Dallas's over-exuberant special teams wipes out Rolf Bernershka. Let's watch this replay. Let's hit that slow motion. Booyah! Oh, my Lord. He misses the field goal. The Chargers get a reprieve from the governor.
Roughing the kicker, defense.
15 yards, 1st and 10 for the Chargers at the Dallas 15. Capoletti and Thomas the backs, Jefferson the wideout, McCrary and Winslow the tight ends. Fouts, Thomas to his left. Oh boy, he almost lost the pigskin. Struggles as he's hit near the sidelines, gain of 2. 2nd and 8 for the Chargers at the Dallas 13. Thomas goes out, Muncy comes in. McCrary goes out. Joyner comes in at wideout. 3-0 Dallas. Motion, Jefferson. Fouts looking to throw. Looking for Jefferson. Touchdown to Johnny Jefferson. Oh, Nelly. They ran a nice little diversion with Charlie Joyner then. Dan Fouts finally able to air it out for 13 yards. The TD to Johnny Jefferson. That's one man very happy wearing the goggles now. Here's the replay of the Nestea plunge. Jefferson will go in motion. Watch how Charlie Joyner will take the defense to the middle. And Jefferson right behind him. Right behind him. A nifty little play by the Chargers offense in like Flynn. San Diego takes a 6-3 lead. We await the Bernershka extra point. So a huge roughing the kicker allows the Chargers to continue the drive. Dallas's defense succumbs to the touchdown. Luther to hold. Bernershka puts it up and through. 7-3 Chargers with 3:43 left in this first half. Both teams have their allotted 3 timeouts. Bernershka kicks off. Can the Cowboys answer with some points? From about the 12, Coach Jones towards the sidelines. 30 and brought down. Danny White and the Cowboys start 1st and 10 at their 32. 2 tight ends, 2 wideouts. Dorsett the lone setback. Chargers looking for the run. They're all up in the box on 1st and 10. White play action. White throwing to the sidelines. Hits Tony Hill near the sticks. 1st down. That's a gain of 10. 2:50 left in the first half. Chargers 7, Cowboys 3. Newhouse and Dorsett your backs. Pearson and Hill the wideouts. Dupree to the inside of Hill, the tight end. White calls for motion. White to throw again. Lots of time. Zipping it deep towards the sidelines. Incomplete to a leaping Billy Joe Dupree. Dupree had a step or 2 on Pete Shaw. As they're showing Jay Saldi there, but I thought it was Billy Joe Dupree. Let's watch that replay. I think it's Billy Joe Dupree. That's Billy Joe Dupree. All right. 2nd and 10 for the Cowboys. Dorsett the lone setback. Johnson and Hill, the wideouts. 2 tight end set. Danny White under center. 2 deep zone for the Chargers on 2nd and 10. Motion for the Cowboys. White gives it to Dorsett. Dorsett struggles for a yard on the inside. Flag on the play.
Illegal block, offense.
Dallas has played sloppy, to say the least. 2nd and 20 now for the Cowboys. Pigskin backed up to their 32. White in shotgun. On 2nd and 20. It's a sweep to the right by Tony Dorsett. Nothing doing. The Chargers don't fall for it. Great reaction by the San Diego defense. Bobby Horn brings down number 33 TD Tony Dorsett after a gain of 2. 3rd and 18. Dallas in the hurry-up. Danny White in shotgun. 3-deep zone for the Chargers. White under duress. Throwing deep middle. Incomplete to Billy Joe Dupree. Glenn Edwards breaks up the pass play. With 2:10 to play in the first half, the Chargers lead 7-3. White will punt from about his 18. Chargers might put some points on the board here. From about the 26 comes Fuller, crosses the 30, picks up 6 yards on the 39-yard punt. 2:04 left in this first half of Super Bowl 15. What if Super Bowl between the Chargers and Cowboys, 2 teams that lost their conference championship games. We have 4 wideouts on the field for the Chargers. Floyd, Jefferson, and Smith to the bottom. Charlie Joyner to the top. The dangerous Chuck Muncie in the backfield. 1st and 10. Muncie picks up a nice block. Incomplete. Muncie just saved his quarterback Dan Fouts from being annihilated. Pass intended for John Floyd. Incomplete. 2-minute warning. 2nd and 10 for San Diego from their 33. Smith in the slot, Joyner and Jefferson the wideouts. Winslow is a tight end back on the field. Thomas the setback now. 2nd and 10. Motion for the Chargers. Fouts. Middle. Complete to Johnny Jefferson. Spins and dives, picks up the first down. Gain of 11. San Diego in the hurry-up. 2 tight end set. Fouts back to throw. Lots of time. Incomplete to Kellen Winslow. Excellent coverage by the Cowboys. Charlie Waters was there. That brings up 2nd and 10. Clock stops on the incompletion. 1:31 left in the first half. 7-3 Chargers. Smith in the slot. Joyner and Jefferson the wideouts. Winslow the tight end. Muncie the setback. 4 down linemen for the Cowboys. No pressure on Fouts. To the sidelines. Incomplete pass play broken up by Aaron Mitchell. It was intended for Charlie Joyner. This has been a defensive struggle so far. Both teams have turned the ball over once. 3rd and 10 now. 1:25 left. 4 wideouts for the Chargers. Joyner. Incomplete. Dennis Thurman, on the coverage of Charlie Joyner. Dr. Pepper says, too bad San Diego's defense wasn't this good in real life. They might have won a Super Bowl, and Fred Dean would have been on the 49ers after a midseason trade if this is the 82 season. This is 1980, Super Bowl 15. But Fred Dean does get a ring with the 49ers. Is he on the 84 team? San Diego had a better defense in the late 70s and early 80s than we all think. I mean, they had a good pass rush. I remember that. But yes, the offense did carry them. Hope all is well with Dr. Pepper, has joined us in the press booth, a.k.a. the chat. 4th and 10, the Chargers the punt. Partridge the punt from about his 28. No kickers are killed on that play. Fair catch by Jones. 43-yard punt. It was a high punt, no return. So, Dallas has all 3 timeouts, as well as the Chargers. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys at their 13. They trail by 4. Dorsett and Newhouse are your backs. Saldi, Dupree, the 2 tight end set. Hill, the wideout. White gives it to Dorsett. The run game for both teams is pretty much non-existent. No gain. San Diego calls timeout. 2nd and 10 for the Cowboys. Again, it's Dorsett. Looks like Dallas just going to run the clock. Flag on the play. That's going to stop the clock. 2-yard gain.
Personal foul. Defense.
A late hit on Tony Dorsett by the Charger defense. Dallas 1st and 10 at their 30. Will this change the Cowboys' attitude? Yes, it does. White in shotgun. A minute left. Motion for the Cowboys. White, lots of time. Throws sidelines. Incomplete to Billy Joe Dupree. 2nd and 10. High formation. White under center. Pitch to Newhouse. The fullback goes to his left. Brought down by Woodrow Lowe. 3rd and 8. 8 seconds left. No one's calling timeouts. Jones, and that's the half. Wow. They played it quite conservatively there. Again, I'm just calling the game. The AI is playing for both teams. So after a half of the What If Super Bowl 15, the San Diego Chargers 7, the Dallas Cowboys 3. And now, there is the gun. So let's look at some halftime stats. Both offenses quite anemic. Both teams have turnovers. San Diego fumbled. That led to the Septien field goal. Second one of the game. First one he missed. Or field goal attempt. Second attempt. White threw an interception, but the Chargers couldn't capitalize because Thomas fumbled. Let's go to San Diego. Fouts 5 of 12. 41% completion, 50 yards. He did throw a touchdown to Johnny Jefferson. Danny White has been horrible. 7 of 16, 43%, almost 44% completion, 84 yards. No touchdowns in the pick. His quarterback rating 34.38. This performance will not make fans forget Roger Staubach. It'll make fans want to call for Roger Staubach to come out of the stands and play the second half. Let's go to rushing. 10 rushes, 36 yards for Dorsett. He did have that one big 20-plus run on a sweep. For the Chargers, Mike Thomas, 5 carries, 20 yards, but he fumbled. Muncy, 6 for 16. Capoletti, 3 for 3. Receiving, not much to say for the Chargers. Jefferson, 3 for 30 and the score. Winslow, only 1 reception for 14 yards. Floyd has the other reception for 6. The Cowboys, Drew Pearson, 3 for 60. 2 big pass plays. But so far, the Cowboys offense, as we know, have only been able to net a field goal. And now, the kicking game. Septien, 1 for 2. He missed his first wide left, made his second. Penershka missed a field goal, but they roughed him, resulting in a first down. They would go on to score a touchdown. He's 1 for 1 for extra points. Defensively for the Chargers, leading tackler Bob Horn, the linebacker. The interception was Pete Shaw, the strong safety. The lone sack, Freddie Dean. For the Cowboys, the fumble recovery, Charlie Waters. He forced the fumble, recovered the fumble. Leading tackler, that's not the right pitcher at D.D. Lewis, but he's the leading tackler. We now move on to the third quarter. Dallas to kick off. They trail 7-3. Chargers look to add to that lead. From the goal line comes Chuck Muncy, 10. Cuts the outside, now shimmy sham spins. Across the 25, 30. Brought down at the 31. Excellent effort by Chuck Muncy, the former New Orleans Saint. Chargers 1st and 10 at their 31. Muncy and Williams are your backs. Jefferson and Joyner the wideouts. Winslow's the tight end. Dallas with 3 down linemen. Fouts looking to throw. Pumps looking deep middle. Hits Kellen Winslow across midfield. Winslow dragged down by Dennis Thurman. That's a gain of 26. 1st and 10 for the Chargers at the Dallas 43. Here's the replay in slow motion. Chargers need to capitalize on these big plays. There's a pump, there's the look-off, then the pass to Winslow. Makes a hell of a catch and run. We have a flag on the play. We didn't see that.
Holding.
Oh, my God.
Offense.
Don Coryell is in full turkey vulture mode. He's going insane. A huge gain nullified by the holding of the offensive line of the Chargers. Instead of 1st and 10 in Dallas territory, it's 1st and 20 at the San Diego 21. Chargers, are they going to finally air it out? 4 wideouts. Joyner Smith to the top, Jefferson Floyd to the bottom. No airplane or airship. Muncie the setback. Fouts will take the snap. It's a blitz. It's a screen to Muncie. Muncie stumbled a bit and is brought down by the pursuing Cowboys defense. Only a gain of 2. It looked like that play was going to pop for a lot more. 2nd and 18 for the Chargers. Fouts looking. He's looking to throw deep middle. Winslow has it again. 50, 45, and brought down. We don't see any flags at the moment. That is a gain of 34. Let's go to the replay. Holy cow. Winslow finds the seam in that 2-deep zone. They were looking at the wideouts, and here's Winslow right down the middle. Fouts hits him in stride. Kellen Winslow coming up big here in the 3rd quarter. Gain of 34. Tackle made by Charlie Waters. Dallas in some muddy waters at the moment. 1st and 10 for the Chargers at the Dallas 43. 2 tight ends. Split backfield, Thomas and Capoletti. Jefferson the lone wideout. Pitch to Thomas. Thomas to the left. Flag on the play. 2 yards for Thomas. Tackled by Harvey Martin. What's the penalty?
Offsides. Defense.
Offsides on the Cowboys. Tom Landry not liking the discipline of his team, shaking his head. 1st and 5 for San Diego at the Dallas 38. 2 tight ends, 2 wideouts. Mike Thomas in the backfield. Fouts to throw. Fouts. Out pattern. Hits Johnny Jefferson. Jefferson takes a pop from Charlie Waters, but yet another yellow hanky litters the turf here at the Superdome in Louisiana.
Holding. Defense.
The 1st down is good. San Diego declines the hold. 1st and 10 for the Chargers at the Dallas 27. About 13 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter of Super Bowl 15. What if Super Bowl between the Chargers and Cowboys? Both teams lost their respective championship conference games. 7-3 Chargers. 1st and 10. Fouts to throw. Middle, short. Jefferson incomplete. 2nd and 10. 2 tight ends set. 2 backs, Muncie and Williams. Jefferson the lone wide out to the bottom of the screen. 2nd and 10. Motion. Jefferson to the top of the screen. Fouls, looks, throws. Tries to hit Williams out of the backfield. Well covered by Mike Hegman. 3rd and 10. So Benershka is kicking the ball into the net here. Remember, he missed his first but was roughed. And that allowed the Chargers and Fouts to convert that penalty into a touchdown when Fouts hit Jefferson for the score. 3rd and 10, 4 wideouts. Floyd, Jefferson, and Smith to the top. Charlie Joyner to the bottom. Thomas a setback. Fouts back to pass. Quick hitter to Joyner. He is tackled after a 6-yard gain by Anthony Dickerson. 4th and 4. Here's Ralph Benershka. Ed Luther to hold. It's a 38-yard attempt on 4th and 4. Benershka, he's going to miss it wide right. He pulled it to his right. The pressure was coming. And that disrupted Ralph Benershka. That was an 88% chance of making it. We're going to watch a slow motion replay here. Watch this. See that pressure right in his face. Shakapalooza right. Bernurshka's 0 for 1. The game stands San Diego 7 as they could not increase their lead. The Dallas Cowboys 3. Cowboys take over after the missed field goal. 1st and 10 for Dallas at their 21. 12 minutes to play in the third quarter. 2 tight ends, 2 wideouts. Dorsett the setback. Chargers have everyone up in the box on 1st and 10. Motion for Dallas. Pitch opposite motion. Tony Dorsett. Nothing doing. When will Danny White air it out? No gain. Freddie Dean slams down TD Tony Dorsett. 2nd and 10 now for the Cowboys. They trail by 4. White in shotgun. It's a sweep to the left by Dorsett. Out of shotgun. Gain of 2. 3rd and 8. White in shotgun again. Ball at the Dallas 23. White under duress. Scrambles. He's not going to get there. Tremendous pressure by the down linemen. They stunted. And they brought the pressure upon Danny White. He ran for 4, but it's 4th and 4. White to punt from about his 11. Chargers defense has been stout. Punt goes out of bounds just past midfield. White disgusted with himself. Coach Landry disgusted with White. Shanked it off his foot, only 27 yards. Chargers have another golden opportunity to extend their 4-point lead. 10 minutes of play in the third quarter. San Diego 7, the Cowboys 3. Cappelletti and Muncie are your backs. Jefferson and Joyner, the wideouts. Winslow, the tight end. Fouts to Cappelletti. Cappelletti bounces to the outside. Johnny got something out of nothing, but yet another hanky litters the field.
Personal foul, defense.
Ooh, a late hit on Cappelletti, 15 yards. 1st and 10 for the Chargers after that personal foul. Ball at the Dallas 37. Blitz, Fouts, throws, incomplete to Winslow. At the last second, Charlie Waters breaks up the play. OBS is giving me an error message. Now it looks like it's okay. Under 10 to play here in the third quarter. 7-3 Chargers. 2nd and 10 from the Dallas 37. Here's Fouts in the offense. Trapped to Williams. He bounces to the left. Picks up 2. Brought down near the sidelines. They'll give him a 3rd yard. So it's 3rd and 7. Dennis Thurman in on the tackle. 3rd and 7 for the Chargers at the Dallas 34. 3 wideouts. Smith in the slot. Joyner, Jefferson out wide. Winslow, the tight end. Chuck Muncie, the solo back on 3rd and 7. Muncie to the left. He breaks a tackle, but cannot get the first down. Randy White in pursuit. Drags down Muncie. Muncie claps at the football. He thought he had a lot of open green in front of him. Instead, it's 4th and 2. Ralph Bernurshka has missed 2 field goals. The one was taken off the board with the roughing the kicker. That was left. The second one was right. The Cowboys have brought the pressure upon Bernurshka. Will Coryell go for the field goal or keep the offense on the field? It's Ralph Bernurshka for his 3rd attempt. Ed Luther to hold. 46 yards. Bernurshka, he's got this one. 10-3 Chargers. Bernurshka now technically 1 for 2. So with that, an 8:23 to play in the third quarter, Bernurshka and the Chargers kick off. Dallas offense has been horrible. From about the 8 comes Jones. Jones spins, cuts back to the outside, crosses the 30. That is a 24-yard return by James Jones. Dallas 1st and 10 at their 34. They trail by 7, 8:10 to play in the third quarter. of the What If Super Bowl 15. Hill, the lone wideout. Dupree and Saldi, the dual tight ends. Newhouse and Dorsett in the backfield. Motion, Hill. Pitch to motion. Nothing doing for Tony Dorsett. No gain. Freddie Dean in there. Excellent lateral pursuit by the San Diego Chargers. Saldi goes off the field. Butch Johnson comes on. He's the slot receiver. 2nd and 10 for Dallas. Pitch, Dorsett to his right, struggles for 2. 3rd and 8, Big Louis Kelcher brings him down. Shotgun for White on 3rd and 8. Hill on the cross, first down. Flag on the play, gain of 10, will it be nullified?
Interference. Defense.
Interference on the Chargers. Hill still made the catch. The Cowboys decline. 1st and 10 for the Cowboys at their 46. They encroach upon midfield and San Diego side of the ball. 2 tight ends, I formation for the Cowboys. Motion. Pitch towards motion. The fullback Newhouse running out of bounds. 2 yards. Excellent lateral pursuit by the Chargers. Another flag on the play.
Illegal block. Offense.
Well, Dallas has a little bit of success, then shoots some toes off. 1st and 20 for the Cowboys at their 36. I formation for Dallas. Motion to the top of the screen. White, short drop, looking, scrambles. It's a good scramble for Danny. 5 tough yards. 2nd and 15. Split backfield for the Cowboys. Dorsett and Newhouse. Dupree the tight end. Hill and Pearson the wideouts. White barks out the signals. White to throw. Lots of time. Incomplete to Hill. Well covered by Pete Shaw. 3rd and 15 for the Cowboys. I formation. There goes motion. White back to throw. Incomplete to Pearson. Pete Shaw. Johnny on the spot one more time. Danny White to punt with 5:47 left in the 3rd quarter. Punting from his 25. It looks like the Cowboys defense will have to try to win this game. From the 20 comes Mike Fuller. Not much farther. He is bamboozled by excellent punt coverage by the Cowboys. Only a 2-yard return on a 38-yard punt. Chargers up 7. 1st and 10. At their 23, 5:41 left in the 3rd quarter. Capoletti and Muncie are your running backs. Winslow the tight end. Charlie Joyner and Johnny Jefferson the wideouts. Fouts under center. Jefferson in motion. Sweep to Capoletti. Opposite motion, 2 yards. Brought down by Ed Too Tall Jones. I formation now for the Chargers. About 5 to play in the 3rd quarter. Ball at the San Diego 25. It's a blitz. Fouts dumps it to Capoletti. Capoletti picks up 5. 3rd and 3. 2 tight ends for the Chargers. Jefferson the setback, the wideout. Muncie and Williams your setbacks. It's a give to Williams. Trapping the middle, or is it a counter? No, it was a line plunge trap. 3 yards. They move the chain. Tremendous effort by Clarence Williams. Chargers maintain possession as the 3rd quarter is coming to an end. Under 4 minutes to play. 1st and 10 for San Diego at their 33, 2 tight ends. Jefferson in motion. Fouts back to pass. Pressure. Throwing. Incomplete to a diving Kellen Winslow. Charlie Waters. Did he get there too soon? Flag on the play.
Holding. Offense.
I guess not. Holding on the Chargers. They now have 1st and 20 from their 23. They're going 4 wide. Muncie, the lone running back. What will Fouts do here? Quick hitter to Charlie Joyner. He's got some running room. A huge pickup. They beat the... It looked like there was a blitz or a delayed blitz. A quick hitter on the audible to Charlie Joyner. Gain of 16. It's now 2nd and 4. What a play there. Ball at the San Diego 39. Thomas and Cappelletti are the running backs. Fouts to Cappelletti. Cappelletti picks up 3. 3rd and 1 as they trap the middle with Johnny Cappelletti. 2 tight ends set. Chargers showing run, but they'll pass to Winslow or Jefferson out of this formation. Even McCrary maybe. Cappelletti the up back, Muncie behind him. Dallas, I think, hedging more towards a pass on 3rd and 1. Motion, Johnny Jefferson. It's a pitch to Chuck Muncie to the outside. The Cowboys read and react tremendously. Larry Cole and company. The aging Doomsday defense brings down Chuck Muncie in the backfield for a yard loss. The Chargers will punt with under 2 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Can Danny White and the Cowboys offense finally mount a cavalry charge? Fair catch by Jones on the 44-yard punt. 1:28 left in the 3rd quarter of the what-if Super Bowl between the San Diego Chargers and the Dallas Cowboys. Super Bowl 15. Here's Danny White and the offense on 1st and 10. Pitch to Tony Dorsett, brought down in the backfield. This Charger defense has been stout to a stunned Dr. Pepper in the press booth and chat. 2nd and 11. Jones a setback. 2 tight ends, 2 wideouts for Dallas. Everyone up in the box for the Chargers. White to throw. White to the middle. Intercepted by Glenn Edwards. The 2nd pick thrown by Danny White. Oh, pass intended for Butch Johnson. Glenn Edwards makes the pick. Here's the replay in slow motion. Chargers have a golden opportunity. Danny White, and you can hear some boos. Actually, you can hear quite a few boos by the Cowboys fans who have made the trip, the pilgrimage to the Superdome here in Louisiana, the New Orleans Superdome. So the Chargers take over. Dallas defense has to hold here. Fouts, 2 tight ends, 2 wideouts, and Chuck Muncie. Ball at the Dallas 24. Quick hitter to McCrary. Tight end picks up 5. 2nd and 5. Fouts. Back to pass. Looking. Throwing for the end zone. Pylon. Touchdown, Johnny Jefferson. The 2nd time Fouts has hooked up with the man with the goggles, Johnny Jefferson. Touchdown toss. 19 yards to be in fact. The Chargers extend their lead to 16-3. We await the extra point. Here's the replay in slow motion. 2nd time, number 14, Dan Fouts has hooked up with Johnny Jefferson towards that pylon. The 2nd time, the Chargers have taken advantage of a turnover. No, the 1st time, because they fumbled the ball back to them. Wow! Here's the extra point by the It is good. It's now 17-3. So after the interception, 2 plays, culminating with the 19-yard touchdown pass to Johnny Jefferson. We go to the 4th quarter. Cowboys trail by 14. Can Danny White do something here? Bernershka to kick off. He's been putrid. He's not making Cowboys fans forget about Roger the Dodger. Here's a return from Jones from about his 8. Tackled at the 26. 17-yard return by James Jones. Danny White in shotgun. 14:48 left in this football game. The Super Bowl. An out pattern to Pearson. It's caught. Gain of 16. I formation now for the Cowboys. Motion out of the backfield. White to throw. Under duress. Middle. Tony Hill makes the catch. Gain of 5. White in a rhythm. Sticks with the I formation. 2 tight ends. Motion for the Cowboys. Newhouse. Down. Left. 1 yard. Louis Kelcher swallows him up like it was a whole turkey. 3rd and 4. Split backs, Newhouse, Dorsett, Hill, Pearson. The wideouts, Dupree. The tight end. The Cowboys must convert here. They trail by 14. White is sacked. The pocket collapses as Louis Kelcher squashes Danny White into the turf here at the Superdome. But there's a flag on the play.
Illegal block. Offense.
It's on Dallas. Tom Landry. Boy, he's going to have nightmares of the highly undisciplined team the Cowboys have become here in the Super Bowl. Dallas will punt. White to punt from about his 28. Chargers come after it. White gets the punt off. Fielded by Fuller. Fuller dodges the first would-be tackler. Brought down by the second. Gain of 5 on the 42-yard punt. So with 12:36 to play, the San Diego Chargers lead the Dallas Cowboys 17-3 in our What If Super Bowl 15. I would think the Chargers will try to chew clock here. Fouts to throw. It's Cappelletti on a short play out of the backfield. Gain of 3. 2nd and 7. A hand to Cappelletti. Cappelletti picks up 3. 3rd and 4. This is huge for both teams here. Under 12 to play. Oh, the Cowboys jumped. The Cowboys jumped. Thomas is stopped a yard short, but the penalty
Offsides. Defense.
will give the Chargers the first down. I formation. Pitch. Williams cuts back to the middle. What a run by Williams, crossing the 40. Tripped up by Anthony Dickerson. Gain of 12. Chargers keeping it on the ground now. Out to throw as I say that. Complete to Charlie Joyner on the crossing play. Gain of 10. They move the chains again. 1st and 10 for the San Diego Chargers at the Dallas 48. They are up 14 points. It's an exhausted Dallas defense. The offense has been putrid. What will Fouts do here? Quick hitter. Incomplete. Try to hit Kellen Winslow. Charlie Waters tried to jump that route. So now it's 2nd and 10. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. Under 10 to play in this Super Bowl. 2 tight ends. Jefferson the wideout. Cappelletti and Thomas the setbacks. Fouts to McCrary. Quick slant. Picks up 6. 3rd and 4. Waters tried a shimmy sham European beheading uppercut, but Greg McCrary held on to the football. 3rd and 4. Dallas. Everyone up in the box. Muncie the lone setback. 2 wideouts. 2 tight ends. Motion for the Chargers. Fouts rolls. Muncie stays in the block. He hits Johnny Jefferson to the top of the screen. It is a gain of 11. That is worth a slow motion replay. Watch Fouts roll towards motion. Watch Muncie stay in the block. There. The hitch to Jefferson. 1st down. Clock going tick, tick, tick on Danny White and the Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the Dallas 31. Fouts, quick hitter to Winslow to the out. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Under 8 to play. The setback. Thomas cuts back. Holy cow. Trying to make amends for his horrific fumble. Picks up 4. Play was supposed to be to the right. Cut back to the middle. Good play by Mike Thomas. Another big 3rd down here. About 7 to play. 3rd and 3 for the Chargers at the Dallas 24. Muncie and Cappelletti are your backs. Quick hitter to Johnny Jefferson. 1st down. They're laying too far off Johnny Jefferson. It's a gain of 6. 1st and 10 at the Dallas 18 for the San Diego Chargers. Motion. Pitch towards motion. Chuck Muncie brought down in the backfield by the Doomsday defense. They need a turnover here. Under 6 to play in the Super Bowl. Fouts. Winslow caught. Tackled by Aaron Mitchell. Gain of 4. 3rd and 9. 5:11 left in this Super Bowl. Fouts looking. He scrambles. He's got the first down. Unbelievable. That sound you are hearing are nails in the coffin of the 1980 Dallas Cowboys. Here's the replay. Fouts has had a couple of really good scrambles in this game. Look at Fouts. Holy cow. Fouts is in it to win it. First and goal for the Chargers. At the Dallas 7. Muncie the lone setback. They give it to Chuck. He almost takes it in. Bounces left. Gain of 5. Second and goal. Williams and Thomas, your backs. Motion for the Chargers. Touchdown, Thomas. That flag will be on an exhausted Cowboy defense.
Offsides. Defense.
Touchdown, Chargers. Here's the extra point. So San Diego well on their way to winning the What If Super Bowl. Chargers now lead 24-3. Fans are calling for Glenn Carano to come in. Many Cowboy fans here at the Superdome. The kickoff by Bernershka, 3:44 left. The celebration has started on the Chargers sidelines. Out of the end zone comes Timmy Newsom. He will not make the 20. They'll spot it at the 19. White in shotgun. They must throw, and hope. Jones out of the backfield has it. Crosses the 30, 35, 40. 45, 50. 45, 40. 35, 30. 25, 20. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Cowboys! A glimmer of hope for the Dallas Cowboys. San Diego in a 3-deep pass prevent zone. White saw no one deep, hits the hot receiver, James Jones, and boy was he in fuego. Gone, baby, gone. Coast to coast like Space Ghost. Here's the replay in full motion, full speed. And you can see what an effort by Jones, out-racing the Chargers defenders. Maybe they started celebrating a little too soon. The defense lets their guard down, and Jones makes them pay. 81 yards for the score. Here's the extra point to make it 24-10. It is good. Now it's got to be an onside kick, I would think. Septien. It's the onside kick. Who's got it? San Diego, with the good hands team, falls upon it. Whatever hope the Cowboys had has diminished. Chargers, 1st and 10 at their 45. Fouts should be handing this ball off. He's going to throw. It's Jefferson. That's nuts. Pick up a 6. Clock going tick, tick, tick. Fouts, play action. And out to Jefferson. First down. So in Dan Fouts and John Jefferson's the Chargers trust. Dallas uses their first timeout. 2:35 left in the football game. Cappelletti gets the carry up the middle. Hey, diddle, diddle. Johnny Cappelletti up the middle. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Dallas uses their second timeout. It's a give to Williams. Williams bounces to the outside. The middle was stuffed. Picks up 2, 3rd and 5. Dallas uses their last timeout. 3rd and 5. Fouts. Joyner. First down on the quick hitch. Gain of 6. They'll take it to the 2-minute warning.
2-minute warning.
Chargers continue to celebrate on their sidelines. San Diego 24, the Dallas Cowboys 10. Chargers offense has come alive late in this game. Victory formation. Fouts takes a knee. 1:12 left. Fouts takes another knee. 25 seconds left. You can say it now. Super Bowl champions, San Diego Superchargers. That is it, folks. The San Diego Chargers in the Louisiana Superdome. The What If Super Bowl 15. San Diego 24. The Dallas Cowboys 10. Your MVP, the man with the goggles, the wide receiver Johnny Jefferson, 9 catches, 89 yards, 2 touchdowns, 7 catches for first downs. one of the really cool things you can do now with Pro Strategy Football 2026, you could always see highlights. But now, you can see everything. Click on all drives, or actually a full play-by-play. So, if we wanted to see any of these plays, let's watch this one. Muncie for 3 yards. You can click on it, and you can see it. That is incredible. Not only just the scoring drives, not only the touchdowns and turnovers. Let's look at another big play. Let's look at... So, see, this is a big play, 33 yards. Let's look at that. One of the bright spots, few bright spots for the Cowboys offense. Pearson. You can see any play. All right, I just wanted to show you that. Let's go. Let's exit that. As Cutter Historical says, congratulations, San Diego Chargers. All right, let's quickly look at the player stats. Fouts, 23 of 34, got his completion percentage. He was much better in the second half, up to 67%. 209 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. Quarterback rating, 103.68. Danny White, well, pretty bad. Quarterback rating, 55.71. He threw 2 picks, 1 touchdown. He was 11 of 23, under 50%. Rushing for the Cowboys, Dorsett, 15 carries, only 39 yards. He did have that one run of over 20 yards. It was 20 yards exact, I think. For San Diego, really their run game was non-existent. Though Mike Thomas did have a touchdown run. He also fumbled the ball. Receiving, well, you know, Johnny Jefferson was the MVP. Winslow chipped in with 4 catches, 55 yards. Joyner, 4 for 38. McCrary, 2 for 11. Capoletti, 2 for 8. Floyd, 1 for 6. Muncie, 1 for 2. For the Dallas Cowboys, Pearson, 4 for 76. He had 2 plus 20-yard receptions. The long was at 33 we showed. Hill, 3 for 25. James Jones, the hot receiver, when White was trying to go deep very late in the game, caught it, went down the sidelines on the short pass, won the foot race to the end zone. 81 yards for the touchdown. Only touchdown the Cowboys would score in the Super Bowl. Johnson, 1 for 6. Saldi, 1 for 5. Dorsett, 1 for 3. The kicking game was horrific for both teams. Septien was 1 for 2, and Benershka was 1 for 2. In the field goal department, he actually missed his first field goal, but the roughing the kicker allowed them to continue the drive, and that was the first Fouts to Joyner touchdown. He was 3 for 3 on extra points. Defensively for the Chargers, Bob Horn, 6 tackles. Fred Dean had a sack. So did Louis Kelcher. Interceptions were Pete Shaw and Glenn Edwards. For the Cowboys, Charlie Waters and Bob Brunig both had 7 tackles. Fumble recovery by Charlie Waters. And that is it. They did not, I thought they got Fouts once on a sack. They obviously didn't. So there you have it. That was fun. This is Pro Strategy Football 2026. That's AI versus AI. You can play both teams. You can play one team. It's a lot of fun. I just wanted to call the game tonight. So the Chargers win 24-10. They are victorious in our What If Super Bowl 50. I'd like to thank Cutter Historical. Please check out and subscribe to his channel. Dr. Pepper, Dr. David Little. Check out and subscribe to his channel. Pesky Pole, check out and subscribe to his channel. Dave NS Rails fan, thank you. Mike the Dons fan, thank you. Marquand 1976, thank you. Philip Reynolds, thank you. Cleve Baseball fan 879, thank you. Check out and subscribe to Tim's wonderful Stratomatic Card and Dice channel, baseball. And of course, Jim L, thank you and hope all is well. Until next time, Enjoy the other wonderful content creators in our community. Like, share, sub them, as well as me. Stay safe, be smart, treat people the way you want to be treated. God bless. I love you all. Thank you for spending some time with me. It was a lot of fun. Greatly appreciate it. You know what's